Hi, and welcome to this video. First of all, what's this? It's paint. Why? Because we're at the painting stage of my new studio. We're getting there very, very, very close. So on this video, I want to talk about having a single mono guitar track sound huge. Let me explain. I'll go into Logic and I'll show you what I did 5 years ago when I started. I was a rookie and I was trying to make that single mono guitar track sound huge. Did I fail? I think I did. But then again, I mastered the song and it's on Spotify, but it is part of my history. My name is Sylvain Rochon from HomeStudioLogic.com, and I'm here to give you great tips for you to have great mixes. Let's dive into Logic and see what we can do with this. Let me put my headphones, my glasses. All right, so now we're in Logic. So let me show you what I did 5 years ago. This is my actual session. This is the rhythm guitar track. And if I open this bus, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one is panned. Well, they're all panned. You can see. Now, the reason why I did that is I was trying to see if I could make this guitar huge. But you know, when you duplicate a track, you're actually increasing the gain. You're not doing anything to the stereo image. Now you'll say, well, we can duplicate it once and create a bus, and then on that bus we'll put a plugin that will give me a stereo image. You can try that, but what I'm finding with the plugins is that they introduce some sort of a flingy or chorusy sound, even phaser, and I personally don't like it. There's a workaround where you can have the original sound of your track and it's a perspective. It feels like your track is getting huge, let's say in a chorus or where you want that guitar to become huge. I'll demonstrate how this can be achieved without using a stereo plugin. So you've seen that, and I went worse than that. Look at that. I have another bus with 3 hard pan left, hard pan right, and then this one here is panned in the middle. I'm not even going to make you listen to it. This is part of my history. This song is actually on Spotify right now. If you want to look it up, just enter my name, and it's a French song called Je veux m'en aller, and you can listen to it. I am a bit ashamed of it at this moment, but hey, it's part of my history, and you'll see on my Spotify channel when I upload some new material that my experience in the last 5 years went from rookie to a decent. I can mix a decent track, not even decent, but I would say professional track. So let's switch this. You know, with Logic, you've got project alternatives, right here in the file. You can create a new alternative where, let's say you're working on a song and you want to do drastic changes, and you want to make sure that you don't disturb what you have worked on right now, because you can go back to it. There's actually another way to do it, but this is a very simple way to make sure that you save your work and you're not caught up in a situation where you made some changes, you don't like them, and you're trying to go back to what you started with. So I'm going to go this one here. So within that same session in Logic, you can have multiple sessions. That's cool. All right. So I'm going to mute this track here. I made a demo track here so for us to understand. So this is the actual single guitar track that I've got for this song. So let's press play right here and have a listen. So technically what you want to do, in this case, what I want to do is when I get to the chorus, I want the guitar to become wider. And this is what I did. So I am going to mute this one and open this one. So on this bus, that's my mono guitar track. And then I did 2 duplicates of it, which I created a bus. And one is pan right and the other one is pan left. You'll say, yeah, but you're doing the same thing as you did before. A little different. First of all, I wanted to also share that some people will take, let's say, a track like this. I'm just going to... And they will take the other track here and they will move it just a bit like this so that they sound different. Don't do that. It really sounds weird, and you don't want to do that. It doesn't work. So let's go back. Boom, it's back to where it was. All right, on this stereo bus, I have introduced an EQ, but look, I've got a high pass filter at 1.4K, and I've got a low pass filter at 12.40. So technically what I'm throwing on this bus is only high mids and highs. That's it. I even increased the 6K in volume. All right, so follow me. You'll find this very interesting. All right, I'm just gonna turn it on. And I also introduce the UAD A-type multi-band enhancer just for some color. Now, on each guitar, what I decided to do is I took the UAD Verve analog machine and I introduced a different sound to each track so that they don't sound the same as the mono track and they don't sound the same together. All right, so Verge and Verge. And on this right channel, I also put an EQ and I'm boosting around 5.7K just to make sure that it sounds different from the left one. All right. So now here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play these 2 tracks in solo so that you can hear that they really don't sound good, but in the mix, that will be a different story. All right, so you get what I'm saying. Now, on the original mono track, I made sure that this track sounds a little bit darker. So you agree with me? It's a little bit dark. It would need some clarity. But if you go into the verse right here and let's introduce the band, you'll hear that it sounds pretty good. All right, so now let's turn on the song without the stereo and let's introduce the stereo afterwards. So right now it's the playback of the chorus without the stereo. Now I'm introducing the stereo. Back off. Let's do it again. So let's start the chorus again without the stereo, and I'll turn it on afterwards, just for you to hear the difference. That's without. All right, I'm turning it on. So you can see that creating a stereo effect is just perspective. You're trick-kicking your mind and telling it, hey, we've got two guitars, but in fact, we only have one. So when we're increasing the high frequencies so that your brain can perceive it as being stereo, but it's technically not. Does it make sense? I think it makes sense. If we keep it on, I don't see the track right here. It starts around 40, I can't remember exactly, 75 bars. So let's... All right, well, that's it. I hope this trick will help you get better mix and maybe stop using some stereo image plugins for this circumstance, maybe. If you like content like this, well, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to be posting some more interesting videos like this. See you on the next one. Thank you.